Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I haven't been on here in a while, but I decided today I'll just go ahead and record here because it was a little bit easier. Plus, it was different. Y'all, just ignore me today. I look a little bit rough, but it's all right. We're going to go ahead and get this done. So, for those of you who don't know me, I am Tamika. I'm also known as Prophetess T. I'm the founder of God on the Rise Ministries, which is a prophetic heart ministry, leading believers back to the heart of God in intimate relationship and deeper relationship with his heart. And the purpose of this is so that believers can go on to live dauntless and authentic lives on purpose. So, today we're here because every month we do a fast, which is called the Back to His Heart fast. And the purpose of this fast is pretty self-explanatory. We're trying to get back to the heart of God in that deeper relation to his heart. So the purpose of this fast is every month we take these 3 days and set it aside to really lean into the heart of God, to really listen to what he has to say for us, for our current season, and also for the upcoming month. Also, we use this time to allow God to search our hearts, to search us, because Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9 says that the heart is wicked, wicked, and no one can really know what it's like. And that's my own paraphrase, but God is the only one who really knows our hearts. So we give him this time to really allow him to search our hearts, to really let him, give us an idea of what's in our hearts, what we need to deal with, really search our hearts and to really allow him that time to really show us ourselves. And so in this fast, what usually happens is God will give me sort of a theme for that particular month. And then he'll speak to me according to that theme. And I share that information with you guys, as we're fasting together. Because another thing about fasting is we're actually going to God. The Bible tells us to take our concerns, to petition him, to let him know what we need. So in this case, we're coming to him because we want more of him. We need more of him. And so we're coming to him with everything that's on our hearts, and we're allowing him to come in. So every month he kind of gives me a theme. And what he spoke to me about yesterday on day one was two things. He talked about consistency and how important it is in our walk with Christ. And he's going to pray, and I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Not going to hold you guys on here long. Also, I got my kids out here and they're quiet right now, but I don't know how long it's going to last. So what I heard God say is that it's time to go higher. Now, if you've been kind of circulating in the Christian circles for a while, you know that higher, when we say things like that, it's time to go higher, it's time to go deeper. What we're generally saying is that it's time to go to a different place in God, a new place in God. It's time to move into a place of deeper relationship with him. It's time to move into a place of getting to know him. Because I say this all the time, we can live to be 100 years old, but we'll never know everything there is to know about God. There's always something to learn. There's always something new that you'll find out about him. There's always a new place in him that you'll discover. And so going higher is discovering those new places and having those new encounters, those new encounters with God. And so consistency. To be consistent means do something steadily for a period of time, to do something at a habitual rate for an amount of time. So to be consistent with something means that if I say that I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. every morning to pray, I'm going to be up at 5 a.m. sharp. I'm going to get up out of the bed. I'm going to drag myself out of the bed because I would be dragging that early in the morning. And I'm going to make sure that I work out, because only with consistency can you really grow in something. Only in being consistent can you really be successful at something. So consistency is key. And we know this because if you think about any relationship that you're in, you think about, it doesn't matter what kind of relationship. It could be a relationship with a significant other, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, husband, a wife. It could be your best friend. It could be your brother or your sister. But consistency is always key, because in a relationship, you you learn to pursue that person's heart, especially in a romantic relationship. You get to know that person because you learn to pursue their heart. You want to know what they like. You want to know what they enjoy. You want to know what makes them happy. You want to know what makes them sad so you can stay away from it. But the only way that you get to know these things is you have to spend time with that person. You have to spend time talking to them, spend time in conversation, spend time really listening to the things that they're saying, because in listening to what they're saying, you're getting to know their heart. And so this is the time when we should be pursuing God. This is a time when we should be really leaning into his heart. And God is a relational God. He wants relationship involved in even the small things in our lives, even getting up in the morning and, God, what should I wear today? God wants to be involved in all of those things. And so being consistent in relationship with God looks like being consistent in worship, being consistent in prayer, being consistent in spending time with him, focused time with him, no distractions. So I don't mean you got the TV going in the background, your kids, playing around on the floor by your feet on this side, you got your phone out, focused time. And, if you think about a relationship, when you're spending time with a person you care about, you want their attention. You want their focused time. You want to know that they care about the things that you're saying. And so, no distractions, and consistency also looks like being consistent in Bible study. We get to know God through his word because, obviously we can't physically see God. We can feel his presence. We can't spend time in his presence. But the number one way we will get to know God himself, word. God does speak to us personally, and he speaks to everyone in different ways.